Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live from sunny Los Angeles. This is the market update coming to you from NFT LA, or should I say across the street. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto right now, subscribe to this channel. Turn on the alert so you know when we're going live. And of course, if you like the content, for God's sakes, hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I ate breakfast at a hotel in Los Angeles, and it was $40. I went to a meetup last night for crypto and NFTs. People didn't seem that enthusiastic, and I wondered, breakfast is $40, but no one in crypto seems that excited. Wait a minute. If no one's excited, does that feel like a bottom? Do people not believe this rally? And I just was like, oh my God. I mean, I watched influencers with millions of followers get up on a stage and have to kind of pump up the crowd. And when I saw that people were a little slow to react, I wanted to take my phone and just hit the green button for buy. I'm going to show you the charts and tell you why today. But first, let's welcome everybody to the stream. Okay. All right, Fernando, LFG, Flipburger, what's up? We have Georgia in the house. We have Sheldon first on the stream. John Smith, welcome. Okay, London, England, Nashville. Okay. Cincinnati, Australia up at night. Amsterdam, welcome in Europe. Kentucky loves you love you too. Right? California, South Africa, Luxembourg. Okay? Manchester, Vancouver, Ireland. The market's going up. People are piling in. Crypto Comic, Detroit in the house. Welcome. Okay, people, let's do it. This is your market update. The odds of up only. So let's review. First, we talked about 47K. We didn't get much traction except with you great people watching live and on the recorded video. Now I get the sense that it's at 47K and no one believes it. And what happens when no one believes it? Well, it goes up until they do believe it. How high can that be? Well, I don't know. I'm guessing 52K minimum, to be honest. What did I say yesterday? Resistance doesn't matter as much. Okay? Resistance is a stopping point. What matters is support. If you can find support and buy a dip and make money, this thing could keep going. Now, I was guessing maybe the best case scenario was the first 2 days or the first week or so of April. Now I'm starting to wonder whether or not this thing can continue a lot longer, like May-ish. All right, let's jump into the PowerPoint. Total value locked in DeFi, okay, has just started to go back up again. Just started. Bottom line, institutions. If institutions do not own crypto, if people do not get involved in DeFi, inflation will destroy their capital. How long has everyone in crypto been talking about this? I've been talking about this. Institutions, right, have to come in because there's just nowhere to go to get yield. You can't go to bonds because bond prices continue to go down, right? You can't go to stocks. I mean, you can go to stocks, but are you going to get upside in stocks? Are you going to get 7 or 8%? No. So where are you going to go? Well, you're going to crypto. Now, let's go back to this chart because my name is Buck and I don't give up that I'm right about this chart. I don't care if someone's going to try to tell me I'm wrong. Okay, this is Ethereum versus inflation break-evens, meaning inflation break-evens are a metric from the bond market. Okay, they tell you what the bond market thinks about inflation. Every time these things, this metric in blue makes a new high, ETH follows. Now, if you're on the stream, you've seen this like 6 times, right? And you're going to probably see it 6 more because ETH, relative to inflation, is too cheap. It's just too low. It's that simple, right? That's why I'm not as worried about resistance. I'm more worried about finding support. ETH is too cheap. Now, how do you know ETH is too cheap? How do you know that there's any evidence that I'm right about that? Look at what's going on today in Aave and Compound. Somebody on this stream has been talking about DeFi perp, okay? DeFi perp. DeFi is going up. Money is going to start flooding into ETH at a time where the merge rally is happening at the same time, okay? So you're right. It's not PG anymore necessarily, although I'm trying to keep it clean. But this chart matters. Okay, dollar index. Now, how do we get the fuel? How does the crypto market get the fuel to go much higher? Okay, the dollar index chart, all right, is it a consolidation to go up or is it a false breakout? Okay, it broke out of a consolidation formation. Everybody thought the dollar was going to go up because there's a crisis overseas. And when there's a crisis, the dollar goes up. All right, well, what happens if the dollar doesn't go up? What happens if it breaks back below 98? This is the dollar index. Well, if that happens, Bitcoin's going to 52. It's as simple as that. And if the dollar goes back up, then maybe it's a more mellow rally for Bitcoin and a bigger rally for altcoins. Either way, all it takes, I mean, the dollar's down big today, right? So it's easy to talk this kind of smack. But if the dollar goes down again, okay, that's ignition for Bitcoin and crypto. Now, let's talk about the range that Bitcoin has been in for a year. Now, once you bottom at the bottom end or on the bottom right-hand corner of like one of these consolidation formations, nobody believes in the market. Nobody believes in the market, okay? So, you know, this thing has been in a range. People are calling it a bear market. People are so discouraged that nobody wants it. Who's talking about Bitcoin going to 100K? Nobody. Nobody believes in this. Now, this reminds me of 2009, right? Stocks on a monthly basis were in one of these wild formations for 9 years. It started with the dot-com top in 2000 in the top right, and it ended with the bottom in 2009. And to state the obvious, nobody believed in equities in 2009. Nobody. Even though it was just simply the bottom of a box formation, it looked like the absolute end of the world. Nobody believed it. And I'm starting to wonder, in Bitcoin in particular, if it's time to start believing in 52K at a minimum or something much higher out into May. Right? I'm stretching my imagination because you got to read the tea leaves from DeFi. Okay? This all started when Bitcoin broke above a key fib point at 45K. So this is not about, hey, we found a cool chart 3 days ago. It's, hey, we found a chart. It broke back above a 38% retracement level and smoked higher. So in other words, once it breaks out, the algos are following it. More on that later. Okay, now let's talk about Cardano. Okay, when you have something like Cardano acting like this, right, where it went way up and then everybody like really gave up on it, and people think a rally from $1 to $1.26 was a big rally. And I'm looking at this chart, and I'm like, you know what? $1 to $1.29 is not a big rally. It's not. Right? A big rally might be to $1.49 or $2.41. All it really takes in Cardano based on the Bill Williams awesome oscillator at the bottom of the chart, at the bottom of this picture, the histogram, maybe it takes 1 or 2 more up weeks in Cardano before you have Cardano and possible altcoin ignition to the upside. Because Cardano's not going up by itself. So if there's another big leg in things like Cardano, where is the rest of the market going to be? Bitcoin at the moment on a tactical chart, there is resistance at 47,200. Now you're like, Bill, I thought you just told me resistance didn't really matter. Yeah, except in Bitcoin. Because when Bitcoin gets to resistance, that allows altcoins to run. So if Bitcoin hangs out between 47 and 48 for a couple days, I'm okay with that. Because I know Bitcoin is most likely going to explode soon. But every time Bitcoin pauses, it allows the Solanas, the AVAX, and the DeFi 1.0 stuff to go up. Now, ETH, on the other hand, is taking out resistance, right? 3372 was a stopping point from yesterday. Okay, you had a dip for about 4 hours. So on the stream yesterday, we were talking about, hey, you know, you get a dip, it's not going to be a big dip. You got to just get in there, right? And just ETH, no better case study than ETH. You got 4 hours to buy it, and then it breaks above 3372. Okay, just as a reminder, Token Metrics has a discount code good for 3 more days. WIC25 all. You can see it at the bottom of the chart. All right. This picture where we use AI to come up with the buy and sell signals. The AI is for all. It uses grades created by AI. So it's like double AI. Okay. This grade is created using AI grades for 6,000 coins. This thing went red in early November and went green 4 days ago, and has done nothing but go up. If you got the Token Metrics subscription, you already made all your money back and then some. Okay, now let's talk about Bitcoin and our visual trends indicator. So we have a very busy chart here. All right, this is the entire history of Bitcoin. Okay, with our visual trends signal. So the signal uses moving averages, mathematical metrics from business school, and AI and machine learning. Now, what am I noticing on this chart in the middle? Back in 2020, there was a host of false signals, which happens with moving average systems, right? So it's like down bearish, up bullish, okay? And this is what happened for the first 6 months of 2020. Finally, there was a green signal, right? And then this thing just absolutely took off, right, mid to late 2020. So false signals followed by a green meant go. False signals, so there have been four false signals on this chart before the most recent green one, which, like I said, was, 43, 42K. This, to me, it's like, if you didn't get the last graph, here's a summary. In 2020, before the big Bitcoin takeoff, okay, the market went through a confusing period, and then when the market and the AI got clarity, it was off to the races. This visually looks like exactly the same thing. How do we know that this is not a repeat of the monster rally that happened before? So, can this go to 52K? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to go up until people believe in it. Until people are like, oh my God, it's going to 100K. So if it goes to 52 and no one's talking about 100, then it's going to go to 65. Right? Because that's what the moving average system, that's what the AI is saying. Now let's go to the crypto.com index. Now what's that? Okay. The AI picks coins that are ranked, and then it puts them in portfolios. So it goes from artificial intelligence to finance math, right? And then you get like a grouping. So every day or every week, right, you could go in and say, okay, what are the coins for today? And if the same coins show up day after day after day, you know that the computer is going beep, 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 that something's about to happen. Crypto.com index, 30% Solana. The Solana allocation is actually going up. I was at an NFT presentation about NFTs on Solana. What happens if everybody pours into Solana for NFTs? Think about it. Okay, Bitcoin 28%, wrapped Bitcoin 10%. Elrond also in there for 15%. We'll talk more about that later. So this is where the AI feels the mo is. 30% Bitcoin, 30% Solana on Coinbase. New to crypto? Trying to find crypto videos? Well, you found one. WIC 25 all gets you 25% off for 3 more days. If you're on Coinbase, right, Solana and Bitcoin are beeping off the charts, not investment advice. Now, for altcoin players, Gate.io, okay, wait a minute. They've got the same picks, right? Solana, GHST, and Elrond, okay? This should be telling you something. No matter what exchange you look on, because the AI can look at, we have like a dozen exchanges. It's the same message. It's the same message. The blue is the AI grade in Solana. This happens all the time. The grade explodes to like 88. The red is price, which has not yet followed. I mean, can you imagine Solana back at 200? Where's the rest of the market if Solana goes to 200? It's probably ETH making a new high. Now, to keep the hyperbole to a minimum, I'm thinking Solana is building up slowly, right? And is probably going to head for 136. So the longer Bitcoin sits without correcting, the higher these other big altcoins can go, like ETH, AVAX, and Solana. Matter of fact, the moves in some of these coins, I mean, when you look at this chart, I mean, Solana was at 240 and then it went to 80. And then people gave up on it, right? People liquidated. They were like, I can't do this anymore. And I understand that because it was awful. It looked awful. Okay? The definition of a bottom. Learning moment for me. 136 is the next possible target. Now, total 3, which is total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, a chart I never wish I'd seen, right? There's a head and shoulders top, and the market cannot decide whether or not altcoins should go up or down. So total 3 is the bar chart. The orange chart is ETHE. That's ETH in the equity market. The question is this. Can total 3 break above its previous high from February? Total 3 has now gotten to a point like the last failure from this level in altcoins. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right? I saw this in February. I'm like, okay, it's going up now. And then it just totally collapses. The question is, can altcoins break out from here? Now, if you look at Solana, and we'll go through some big charts later, the answer to me is yes. So when it happens, it's go time. ETH is leading. If ETH continues to lead, altcoins can break out. Now, this story has another angle. So I just got done talking all this about how nobody believes in a rally. Okay. So then I got to my chart that was bearish, and I got to be like, wow. You mean I got to like it here? I got to like it the last time I got smoked? Ugh. I'm scared. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm scared? Oh my God. Let me just get my phone out and hit the green button. Right? Because when you're scared, you buy. When you have a lampshade on your head, right, because you've made so much money, you sell. So if total 3 breaks out, ETH's going to go with it. There's a chain reaction building here. Now, I guess if it all fails and goes down, well, it's a really short market update. You're here listening to this to try to find the entry points, right? To find the entry points or to find out, hey, is this rally too stretched out? So no, the rally is not too stretched out. There is resistance, but I'm more concerned with buying dips on support. Because if you continue to buy support and it works, it'll eventually go through resistance. That's the theory. Okay, I put this chart up so that I could walk the walk and talk the talk, or talk the talk and walk the walk, as they say. Right? I'll put up my scary chart And I'll say, okay, you know what? I think it's going through this time. Okay, Solana, 8-hour chart. Okay, resistance was around 113. DeFi perp. Okay, 8,300 was a key level. It's taken that out. Now, the give up trade in December in DeFi started from 12K. If Chainlink takes off and Solana goes with Chainlink, then all of these big DeFi protocols can start rallying. Because, I mean, let's face it, the market is pricing in a permanent state of inflation. Equities are going nowhere, and bonds give you 2%. I follow the best bond strategist in the world, Kathy Jones from Schwab. She was saying, you know, legitimately, because that's her business, that fixed income or bonds giving you 2% yield is now meaningful in a world where breakfast is $40. Okay, people just don't have any choice. They got to go to DeFi now, right? This has been like building up and building up and building up. So the level of FOMO in terms of capital coming into DeFi has almost likely just started. Now, remember when total value locked was going up because everybody was piling into, like, say, Avalanche? Avalanche has got a teacup and handle. Okay, yeah, there's resistance at 93, but everybody appears to be in a hurry to take profits. All right, well, let them. Let them. I mean, if AVAX holds above 93, it's going back to its high. This teacup and handle formation is huge. You could be looking at 120. So like I said, yeah, people are taking profits. I get that. That's fine. Bag holders are like, oh my God, I'm getting out. Okay, I got that. But where's the real opportunity between now and May? The real opportunity could be to grab this thing on support because total value locked is going to make a new high. Oh my God, Phantom, right? Remember everybody giving up on this? This is a 2-day chart, right? Now, Phantom has been trading in a box between $3.50 and $1. So at $1.40, what do you want to do? I mean, if massive capital is going to flood into the system, is Phantom at the lower end of the range or the higher end of the range? Do you have to be a chart expert? Chainlink. Everyone wanted Chainlink at 37.50. Nobody wanted Chainlink at 17.50. Okay? That's where Chainlink is right now, right on top of a trend line. So, you know, if you were a trader and you had a 4-day horizon, you might take profits in Chainlink. If you were hodling Chainlink or you happen to grab it on a dip, then why don't we see whether or not it breaks 17.50? Right? I mean, total value locked, DeFi is going up. Period. It's going up. There's nowhere for the world to go except crypto. So, you know, crypto can correct. That's why we want to find support. Okay, Aave. Wow. You know, this is like our stream, and the people in our stream have been talking about Aave being this like hidden gem, even though it's a big cap, because they've turned around their tokenomics. So this is up 20% today. There's been monster rallies off the bottom. Now, if you missed it, okay, you missed it. But what is this telling you? You know, the first thing that rallied when the DeFi rally started in 2020, the first thing that happened is a lending protocol, Compound, hit Coinbase and exploded. And DeFi, as we know it today, basically exploded for months. Is this a repeat? In other words, it's happening. You look at it like, oh my God, like, you know, this is happening. But people are not putting it together, right? Like, Aave's up 20% and ETH is only up 2%. No, right? No. If this is happening, it's telling you what's going to happen next. Speaking of Compound, here's Compound. Now, we've been talking about this for 3 days on the stream, okay? Bears try to hold it down. It creates a downward sloping wedge. So bears try to hold it down, and then bears let go, and then boom, it pops higher, right? It pops higher, right? Price makes new low. Momentum indicators at the bottom, they make higher lows. So price down, momentum up, and then poosh. It's called a bullish divergence. Okay, Rune. The altcoin I love to love. All kinds of technology and execution risk. And what does the market do? It goes up and up and up and up. Look at the chart, right? This thing was around 5. It tortured everybody. It stopped people out at 3. Okay, we got this from Red Phone Crypto. We mention this all the time. If these guys, it's a cross-chain DeFi. So if they get a certain percentage of Bitcoin and ETH into the protocol, this thing that was trading at 5 could be triple digits. Not investment advice. Technology and execution risk are there with this coin, but nobody cares. There's a DeFi trend going on. Rune has been leading. Rune can continue to lead. Okay, you get dips in Rune for like 2 days, right? Like the market sits and Rune rallies, okay, and then Rune comes off and then the market rallies. That's what's been going on, and if that's the trend, then that's your friend. Okay, Elrond. I know we got some Elrond fans on the stream from time to time. The AI is beeping like crazy on Elrond. Now, looking at the weekly Williams oscillator, 1 or 2 more weeks of bullish action in Elrond could trigger more upside. So the longer our AI continues to like this coin, the more likely it is, or the bigger the ensuing rally. So if our AI is on Elrond 10 days from now, then this can go a lot higher, right? Because again, Elrond was at 500, it's now at 196. Near Protocol. Looking at Qcoin action, Near Protocol has been in accumulation cone, right? It's basically just coming off the bottom of an accumulation cone. What's an accumulation cone? Well, it's a formation from reminiscence of a stock operator. What's that? Well, it's a book about the first technical analysis trader in the early 20th century. Somebody wrote a book about him. It's the most famous trading book ever, I think, where this guy chronicled, right, his adventures trading stocks in the 20s. His trading diary, his trading view page, or his crypto Twitter, was a notebook. And in the bottom right-hand corner is an example of how a market consolidates. So if it does this wavy upside cone, it then can go parabolic. If there's anything that's going to go parabolic, I think it could be near, because it is an accumulation cone, okay? And our fundamental guys really like it. Now, just as a reminder, the last big accumulation cone that I was tracking was in CRB. What's that? Well, that's an index that follows commodities like wheat, oil, gold, nickel, etc. Right? I'm sure you've heard commodity prices are a lot higher. Right? I drew this chart. I saw the Livermore formation. I was like, oh my God, how is CRB going to do this? Well, CRB did it. CRB did it, and if CRB did it, Near could do it. Okay? Or, Near could lead a move in altcoins. By the way, did I mention for the next 3 days, WIC 25 all gives you 25% off tokenmetrics.com. Okay? So let's sum it up. Our AI follows momentum. Okay? Our AI helps you figure out whether or not you should jump on a move. Right now, our AI is green. So if you want to know what your coin looks like on our AI, right here. Okay? And that is the market update. Now, let's go to the chat because it looks like on fire. Okay? Somebody is asking whether they should sell AXS, okay, because a bridge was hacked. Okay? So let's check that out right this second and see what we can get. Okay, so I can't give investment advice, and I'm a technical analyst. So what happens with Axie Infinity is a little bit outside my purview fundamentally. But let's take a look at the chart. So there was a downward sloping wedge, okay? Stochastics sort of diverged, not sort of, they diverged, meaning, the bears tried to hold it down and it couldn't make it. Now, let's take a quick look at what Axie looks like on the DeMark work. Okay, so this is AXS on the daily. 75 was resistance, 75.94. So it ramped up there and came off. Now, if there's negative news, what are you looking for? So this is the answer to your question, okay? This is the answer to your question. How do I know whether or not this is any good? All right. So there was a 13 top, okay? 13 comes from the work of Tom DeMark, right? He helps figure out where you are in a trend or whether or not you're in a range. I'm like condensing my explanation of this. So if you see a 9, that either means a pause in a trend or the top or bottom of a range. If you see a 13, that could mean the end of a downtrend or an uptrend. So you want to be looking for 13s and 9s, and that's why those numbers are big, right? DeMark was the first quant technical analyst. Now, my first notion here, looking at a 4-hour chart, is they smacked Axie and it went down, I don't know, it went down 5%. But honestly, when you look at this, right, okay, try to follow this. In Axie Infinity, okay, this is going back to February 24th, the start of the invasion. So you had the one wave from 40 to 57. You had the 2 wave down to 45 again, right? So 1, 2, this is Elliott wave. And then you had the monster 3 wave up to 75 with plenty of FOMO. And then you have the 4 wave, okay? Now, worst case scenario, Axie falls to 57.50. That seems to be the worst case in my mind, unless there's a catastrophe. Now, if you see people start coming in, if this candle is green, this is a 4-hour chart. So if this is the 3 wave and that's the 4 wave, then this thing, in my mind, chart-wise, can make a new high. So should you sell? I can't tell you that. I can't give you investment advice. Can I tell you about a hack? I can't. Now, tomorrow we have a premium customer webinar where we're going to have all our fundamental guys undoubtedly talking about this. Now, if that's not in your budget, I get it. That's why you're here on YouTube. I understand. What you want to see, like everything else, do people buy the bad news? There is a giant building over there with a bunch of people, a sold-out show who want to watch NFTs. It's a sold-out show. So on one hand, people are curious about this, but I also detect a lack of enthusiasm. There's like a curiosity. They're like, gee, what is this, right? Should I get involved? I get that sense. So if that's the case, then all these big NFT and metaverse plays can go up, right? So should you sell? I think you should manage risk, right? You should manage risk because the best investment is the one that helps you sleep at night. Okay. Now, it looks like we are rocking in the free world on requests. So this is a good time to remind everybody to hit the like button, right? Because I like you, and I want you to like me. That's new. That's how you like that, right? I like you, and I want you to like me and Token Metrics, okay? And this is the only place where you're going to go on YouTube and you're going to get on-demand TA for altcoins that you need. Hamid, I appreciate the love. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at AR Tether, right? AR gets to resistance at 40. Let me get my DeMark work back up here. Okay. Okay, so in AR, okay, this is a little stretched out. This is the 4-hour chart. So I'm guessing you've got 6 hours of a range, 8 hours of a range. Now, when you look at the daily chart, because this is what I'm doing, right? Where is support? All right. How is this thing behaving? Well, it's going up to 41, right? And there was resistance there. Okay. So people are selling. Okay. They're selling. Right? Every day it rushes up there and everyone takes profits. Now, what happens if they can't back it off resistance? It's pretty simple. It's going to go to 50 because that's the next point. Right? In other words, if it gets a resistance and people sell and it doesn't break off, doesn't break down, I just want to know where support is. Try to find support and try to go with it. Right? So, yes, it's backing off. Yes, you know, in a normal world, you would sell. In this world, I would hold, buy a dip, and see if that works, right? So, you know, so I don't sound like an idiot, all right? Here's a trend. It's pretty mature, right? You've gotten a lot of gratification out of this. Here's a signal that volatility could be coming. Could it be a top? Yes, it could be. Okay, but what if it isn't? Like sitting here going, well, you know, it could go down. Wow. That's exciting, YouTube, right? That's not even exciting, TA, because you can see that yourself. The question is, do green candles start coming in 8 hours from now, a day from now? If the answer is yes, then this can go higher. Okay, if buyers don't show up, like I said, short show. Okay, so we have KP3R. I'm not sure I've looked at this before. Okay, so this is a monster parabolic up. Okay, this is the daily chart. So you get a 9 top. All right, you get a 9 signal. It pauses for a day and then it explodes. Then you get these 3 red candles like it's correcting. So this is a really difficult read. Okay, here's what I would do. Okay, I'm going to draw a Fibonacci retracement on this. Okay, and right now it looks like it's holding 518. I think the worst case scenario is 488. The bottom line is that on a 4-hour chart, okay, this looks like a 3-wave up. That's the 3 over here. And this is the 4-wave correction. Now, where does that correction end? Does it end at 518? Maybe. Or does it end at 488? Like I said, you want to know where support is. So if you wanted to get involved, it's 518 or 488. I know that's a pretty big range. Okay, but like I said, whatever made this thing go up, it can come back. Right? This is not over. So if Bitcoin goes up and sits, it lets all coins do their thing. And the market rallies in kind of rotations. So a lot of times in altcoins, you get the big pump and everyone unloads it. So if it's below 488, that's the 62% retracement. Don't stick around. You want to know where support is to see if support holds. Right now, 518 looks pretty good. Okay. Let's go to the next request. Let's see if we can get UBX up here. Okay, don't have UBX on this system. Let's look at CHZ. Okay, so again, there are these coins that are having these like monster spikes up. All right, now this is tough to read. Okay, or is it? Or is it? Look, resistance is at 28 cents, and everybody knows it. There's multiple DeMarc points there, so every time it rushes up, everybody above 28 cents gets out. Now, what happens if they can't take it back below 28 cents? What happens? Does it go up? It might, right? I mean, this may take a day or two to sort out, but this phenomenon where you look at daily candles, right? Like, what are you looking at here? You're looking at this thing where all the markets are doing this. They rush up, and then everyone sells. But if the buyers are down there and the candle is still green, the thing can turn around and go up again. Remember the title of this market update? The case for up only. How do you get up only? Well, no one believes in it. And then the people who do believe in it, the people who are long, sell. And if they sell and then it doesn't go down, and then all the non-believers start believing, where's it going? Right? If the supply moves from traders to people who hodl, so supply gone, and then non-believers start coming into the market and go, okay, I'm ready to buy. And they're like, wait a minute, where's the supply? Oh, yeah, it went that way. It's out of here. No supply, sorry. Now, does that apply to CHZ? I don't know. But I do know that when you get these rushes up and back, the question is, where is support? It's 29 cents or 28 cents in this. Whoops. Okay, so this is the same thing in VRA, right? Rush up, rush back. This one's interesting because it's a 9 top. Now, a 9 in a trend means you're at the halfway mark. So in VRA, if it goes up and then it goes down, or tomorrow is sort of weak, okay, that's fine. Leave it. Because if buyers show up in these smaller coins in the next 2 days, then you know it's good. Then you know you're about to embark on a much bigger trend. Now, to be objective, right, because I know I'm getting all theatrical with the possible upside, you do have to see bulls come back in, particularly in small altcoins, right? Okay, so let me get over here. I know somebody asked for UBX. Okay, so we have been looking at this before. Okay, and sure enough, everyone is selling, right? It went up, right? It went up, and now it's just sitting here. Okay? So the big question is, where is support? Will support hold? Right? Let's see what I can draw on this. Okay, so what I would say is 27.39. So it's got to hold here and then start bouncing, and if that happens, it's okay. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in the chat. Okay, someone's looking for Chainlink. Let's go to DeFi, where I think I have Chainlink. And then we'll review Bitcoin and Ethereum before I just go piling in to all the requests. Okay, here comes Chainlink. All right, now what we're going to do is, because on the daily charts, I'm guessing everything's going to look the same. Right? Now, Chainlink, there's a 13 and a 9 top. And the last time you saw that, you got a dip for 4 hours. Okay? All right? You got a dip for about 4 hours. Not 4 hours. Maybe 3 days. Sorry. So with Chainlink, you got maybe 3 days, maybe 2 days to get this thing on a dip, right? Everybody sold at the resistance at 1776. That's fine. Now, I guess if you got a miracle, you might get it at 1563. but that would seem a bit much to me, right? That seems a bit much. Maybe in Chainlink, okay, it seems like 1680. See me draw the fib retracement, and it's only going to the 23% retracement of the move up. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means the 23% retracement is like, I don't know, it's kind of like the minimum retracement you can get. And I've seen this in equities, right? In equities, when equities are going up, when the Fed was printing, all you would get are these 23% retracements. Okay? So that's my way of saying if Chainlink doesn't go down, don't laugh, but it could go up, and it could go up a lot, right? If people are buying Chainlink on any dip possible, what does that tell you? In other words, I want to help you with your crypto portfolio. I want you to subscribe to the channel. I want you to hit the like button, right? I want you to head over to tokenmetrics.com. But most importantly, I want to make you smarter so you hear my Jersey accent in your ear every time you go to look at a chart or do a trade. Now, this is ACH, okay, a payment system. Okay, this along with QNT is an altcoin I love to love, even though I shouldn't, right? Because it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, but in this case, there's resistance at 0.047. And naturally, as soon as it approaches resistance at 0.047, everybody is selling. But to the naked eye, it is pretty obvious that this is a rounding bottom. Okay? In other words, what has happened in ACH since the beginning of March? Nothing. It went down, and now it's come all the way back. Right? So what happens if it breaks out? Do you want to wait for confirmation for it to break out? Maybe. Or do you want to take it from sellers, right, who are getting out in front of resistance, put a stop in? I don't know, maybe I can get an intraday chart and give you a stop. The question is, where is support? Okay, people know where resistance is. They know that. We know that, right? Who cares? Are we selling? Are we giving up? No, right? We just talked about earlier, in case you're joining late, that people are giving up, that people don't believe this, right? If everyone was FOMOing in and it was like, oh my God, buy everything, I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. We got to know where resistance is. But look at this. It flashes up and it counts 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? This could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 5 or 6 cents. I mean, you know, this is green. Someone wants this on a dip. Now, we can do tomorrow's stream, and it's different, but I'm just here to read the chart for you, okay? All right. I think I've seen somebody ask for curve here multiple times, so let me see if I can get in here and do curve. All right. So this is a 240-minute chart. Okay. So, you know, this has been quite the rally from 225 to 284, and people are taking profits. Now, this has been a real rally. But if you look at the chart here, so if you look at a 4-hour chart, which everyone does, they go, ooh, wow, this thing's topping out. But if you look at this on a daily chart, it's breaking out. Where was support? Right? Support was at 252, and you had 1 day. See the day marked by a 4? You had 1 day to buy this thing before it took off. What does that tell you? Is this the only coin where this is happening? No, we've been talking about it all day. Right? You got 1 to 2 days or 4 to 8 hours on intraday charts to get involved. Okay? Bill, what do you mean when you say RAI? Okay? I'm not sure what you mean there, but you know, if you can provide clarity on that, I would be happy to clarify my remarks. Okay, let's talk about Ape. Somebody wants to get involved in Ape. Let's talk about it. All right, I'm getting the computer to cooperate here. Just hang with me. Okay, so here's Ape on Coinbase. Now, when I first drew this chart, I tried to look at, say, an 89-minute chart. Now I think you can look at a 4-hour. There's a lot of congestion near 15. Okay, so if speculative mania takes off, buying dips in Ape may make sense. Where should you buy the dips? I would say on this 4-hour chart, support is at 1360. Let's go to a shorter term time frame. Now, there's a different way to look at Ape. If you're like, well, you know what? I don't know if I really understand where the dip is going to end. That's understandable. I think if I looked at a tactical chart, if I saw this thing come back above 1412, so this is Ape 89-minute, right? Now, this looks like a flush. So this red candle here looks like they just ran everybody's stops right here. Right, 1412 was support. They run everybody's stops. Okay, everybody who bought in this range, right, pukes it out. Right, or everybody who bought up here pukes it out. And then if it comes back above 1412, it's good. Now, this is highly speculative and new, so all these rules that I've been talking about may or may not apply. But with Ape, right, where was support? 1412. What did they do? They ran it through support and ran everyone's stops. Why do they run everyone's stops? So they, as in big players, can buy. So they can buy. Okay? Somebody's burning out there for Cody. Steven, appreciate you staying on the stream. Okay? All right. So this is a classic case study, right? You get the 9 top. That normally gives you a 1-day pause in the trend. Okay, then the trend takes off. They take out resistance at 26 cents and it explodes. And the question is, what do you do now? Well, it could go to 49 at 47, right? It was at 47 at the start of the year. Should it still be? Should it go there? Why not? Right? Here's the 13 top. Here's the explosive climactic FOMO. Everyone gets stopped out. And then look, support just held now right at 28 cents. And they're coming after it again. Right? So the ceiling became the floor. What does that tell you? That means people want these coins on a dip. They want them. Okay, Gala. Okay, this is a popular coin with Crypto Wendy, who I had the distinct privilege of meeting in person yesterday. Okay, so let's look at Gala. Somebody is saying, Mr. Jackson is saying, the Token Metrics AI and Bill's accent got you. You know what, folks? I don't want to say that's all you need, but that gives you a lot of what you need, right? People, don't forget, there's a whole fundamental group behind me, right? I just do most of the talking on YouTube. So appreciate the love there in the chat. Okay, so Gala, okay, up 9 top, right? Everyone exiting, even though, you know, Crypto Wendy and all of these metaverse people are running around LA, right, getting everybody excited, but apparently people aren't that excited in the market. They're like, oh, okay. Gala went to 29 cents. It's expensive. Let's sell. Okay. Let's see if somebody comes in to buy Gala on the dip in 2 days. If they do, then it's going to 34. It's as simple as that. Okay. You know, I'm hearing a big YouTuber is saying Axie Infinity is a buy here right now. That just flashed on my screen. Not investment advice. Okay. So big players are saying bad news is good news. Now, again, in Gala, you know, here's the 13 top. You got a little down trade. There's a 13 top again. It's a 4-hour. Little down trade. 13 top, massive FOMO, okay, right? Everybody getting on NFTLA, and then it starts coming off. Okay, so maybe if Gala comes below 26 cents or at 26 cents, maybe that's where you hoover it in, because this is an expensive coin. Let's do a fib retracement. Okay, now, see again, as soon as I say it's going to dip more, I draw this and I go, okay, yeah, the 38% retracement was the low of the current 4-hour candle. Today is March 29th, right, at 1:30 Central Time. So whoever wants this, they're looking at the fib number and going, okay, if I draw the fib retracement from the last rally, what's the first place I can get involved? People are looking to buy dips. All right, and you can see it on the chart. And if that's the case, remember, dip buyers hoover out the supply. Supply goes that way. Then everyone who doesn't believe comes in and goes, okay, I'm here. Wait, where's the supply? Okay, crypto.com. Okay, so this has been quite the rally. Okay. All right, I just lost my DeMark work. So let me get that back. Okay. People are asking for Cosmos and Polkadot. Cosmos and Polkadot, honestly, from a common sense point of view, right? Interoperability is underrated. It's as simple as that. It's underrated. Okay, so let's go back to crypto.com. One of my colleagues, Mehdi, did a video earlier in the year when Cosmos was doing well. It was called What is Layer Zero? It got 13,000 views. And now no one's talking about that. So let's talk about crypto.com. Okay, you do have resistance at 50 cents. So, you know, everybody is gone on a nice ride after this thing has been destroyed. But look at the chart, right? It used to be at $1. It looks like it's like, oh my God, this thing has gone up so much, but has it? Right? Has it? Now, it's a little bit more of a bold move to start taking it from people right as resistance. Okay, there's a 13 top and a 9 top. So I'm guessing that crypto.com can come off for like 2 days, 1 day, right? And if it doesn't back off up here, this was difficult at 50 cents, right? People were selling this coin up here. But if it can't back off 50 cents, then 1 to 2 days from now, I mean, we'll be on the show tomorrow. But if it doesn't back off, that should tell you something. That should tell you something. That should tell you if it doesn't back off, right? And somebody, I think, is noting this in the chat. If you go to Token Metrics, right, which we can do. Let's go to Token Metrics and see what the visual trends indicator says about crypto.com. Okay, you hit the technical analysis button, right? Let's see 3 months of what the low frequency trading strategy is saying. And oh, wait, I don't know if you can see this on the screen because I have to like pull it out wide. Okay, but there's a bullish signal here. Okay, not only is there a bullish signal, but you've gotten gratification out of it. So over here, you got a bullish signal and it was false. Why? Because as soon as you got the signal, you didn't get gratification. So is 50 cents resistance if the AI is beeping green? Think about it. You can just look at your coin. You can listen to me, right? I can say, where's support? Support in crypto.com is at 45 cents because that's where our algorithms and most likely every hedge fund algorithm just beeped green. So if you have our service, you can see what they see at a fraction of the price. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, we have GHST. Okay, 13 top, everyone buys it, right? I discussed this yesterday, right? I said, don't buy the FOMO into the close. So it was up over the weekend. Everyone missed it. They were pissed, right? They were pissed. So they're like, shit, I'm missing it. They all bought it at the top, right? And then it comes off. So I said, don't FOMO into the equities close. Wait. Wait for what? I don't know. How about wait for today, right? How about wait for everybody to get done selling it, right? And the supply leaves the building with strong hands. And when the non-believers come in, what's there for them? Nothing. 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 Okay? It's the same thing in GHST. Little late, but hello from Milwaukee. Milwaukee, you're not too late. You're not too early. You're right on time. Okay? Okay, somebody's looking for Horde. It's definitely got a catchy LA style name. Okay, so Horde is up 40%. Well, congratulations to anybody who owns Horde. Okay, it's up 40%. Okay, but with coins like this, you have to draw fib speed resistance lines. Okay. And which speed resistance lines to draw is tricky when something has been hammered the way this has been hammered. All right. Now, what I would say is I'm looking at this is the key breakout level. This is Horde. Now, you're probably wondering, why did I just draw that? Well, because when you have, I don't know, when you have a destroyed market, these diagonal lines, okay, just so you know, on TradingView, it's right here. It's the fib speed resistance fan lines, right? So if this thing can take out 0.0702, then something different is happening. Okay, meaning everyone sells because there's a huge number of bag holders here, no doubt, right? Not this in the coin. I'm just saying it's gone down that much. So if this Williams moving average system is right, momentum could be shifting. You'll know momentum is shifting if somebody comes in and buys it at 0.0702. So again, it's the same thing. Are you going to see dip buyers in your coins? Okay, so Ruben says, was this covered earlier, right? Is it too late to get involved in Bitcoin? Should you wait, okay, if you're looking to hodl? Okay, here's what I can tell you about Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin at 48 is probably going to sit still. So you got a couple days to figure it out whether or not you want to get involved. Okay, if you look at a 4-hour chart, okay, Bitcoin does look a little overbaked, but it's not backing off. And there is a warning about volatility here that's been in place for a while. So what am I trying to say? If Bitcoin just sits here, right? So crypto goes up. When crypto goes up and sits, that's usually an indication that there could be a lot more up. So if you were looking for Bitcoin for, say, 2 months, I say buy whatever dip you can. Okay? If you're looking to hodl, I would say buy whatever dip you can, okay? But you can't get married to the position because you don't know what's going to happen in May. So if you hodl, you got to hodl with a stop, period. I mean, I can talk all the bullish talk and talk about how no one believes it, but if everyone starts believing it at 52K and then there's a negative event, you're not hodling. Okay, you're hodling until mid-May, maybe. All right. So is it too late to get on the Bitcoin rally? No. Is it too late to get on the ETH rally? No. Now that said, again, here comes ETH, 13 top, resistance at 3,500. Okay, but Look at the regular, look at the daily chart, right? There's the 13 top, doesn't stop it, right? There's all this area in here, like around 3,400. So I know this is a little convoluted, so maybe I can clear it up for you. So 3,500 resistance, 3,407 is now support if it holds above that. So what's going to happen in ETH if it's above 3,400? What if it holds, right? Ahmed was saying BTC flag there, possibly, right? So if ETH is above 3,400, where's ETH going? Okay. Games Galore says, when videos from NFT LA, funny you mentioned that, my tickets came in right before the stream. So I am going to drop everything, grab the GoPro, and our NFT analysts are going to get over there. Okay. Are we not going to talk about interoperability? Shame on me for forgetting. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so we're going to look at Cosmos on a daily basis. And what are we getting with Cosmos? We're getting everyone selling. Okay, so no one believes in Cosmos anymore. Everyone used to believe in it, and now no one believes in it. So here's how I want to do this. Okay, I said yesterday, don't buy into the FOMO. All right, there was FOMO twice, and you were paid not to buy it. Okay, now that everyone's done FOMOing and all the weak hands have been stopped out, I say buy Cosmos, not investment advice, right? Let's try a fib retracement line. Okay, again, it's a pretty shallow retracement, right? In other words, you only got about 23% retracement so far. I think people are coming in. I think they're going to come in and buy Cosmos. I'm sorry, right? Let's look at a weekly chart. Okay, so this can be typical, right? Let's look at Cosmos over here, if you can see it in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, so this was back in January. This was a weekly chart. You had 4 or 5 up weeks, and then Cosmos exploded. In Cosmos, this is the 4th up week, or the 4th DeMark green up week. So this could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's weeks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you could be looking at 5 up weeks or 5 sideways weeks in Cosmos. I just got to think it's up. Okay, Polkadot, I think I've made myself clear on Polkadot, although, of course, I have no trouble explaining it to you. Okay, Polkadot on a weekly chart looks like it's making some sort of a bottom, even though the DeMark work is probably confusing. Let's go to a daily to look at what's going on with Polkadot. All right, so tomorrow could be a 9 top, okay? So you could get one more rally and then a pullback. But like Cosmos, right? If we're looking at 5 up weeks, possibly, then where's Polkadot going to be if Cosmos has 5 up weeks, right? I still think Polkadot at 27, right? And you can see they're selling Polkadot as it rallies. Let them. Let them. Okay? Okay, somebody's asking for Vampire. Okay, so we have a game token, which I've actually looked at before. All right. All right, I got to draw the fib. I got to draw the fib speed lines on this. Okay, fib speed lines can be really effective when you're looking at trying to deal with like totally destroyed coins. So if I look at Vampire, whoops. All right. The way I drew this the first time, the give up trade started here, right at around 13 cents. So the fact that they took that out is actually somewhat constructive. I think in order to get wildly bullish this, okay, it's got to get above 0.136. I'll label it. Now, I'm not familiar with what sector this is in. Okay, but if it's above 0.136, and of course, I don't know what we're going to get on this. Okay, so the Token Metrics daily grade is moving up, all right, and if it crosses 80, that can mean more upside. So you're like, Bill, did you just accidentally shill Token Metrics by saying you could look up your coin and check the grade and the momentum? Yeah, I did it. Whoops. Back to the charts. All right, back to the charts. Okay, I like curve, but I don't have a position right now. Okay, can I check the daily grade for anchor? I can. Okay, so anchor moving up daily and weekly, right? Okay, now again, I don't know if you can see this, but it's green, it's bullish green, and this is anchor protocol. So, you know, I can show you, but can't show too much of this, folks. You got to get over there with that coupon code. You just got to get over there. Okay, ACH, please. Okay, I covered ACH. Okay, the bottom line is it looks like a rounding bottom, right? Okay, so it looks overbought. If you look at it this way, everyone's selling at 5 cents. I get it. That's where the give up trade started from. But if you look at the bigger picture, all this thing is doing is making a rounding bottom. And if this thing can be used as a payment system, okay, it's something you got to consider. VeChain, okay, the altcoin I love to love, right? I love to love VeChain, and I hated it when VeChain was at 4 cents and making me miserable. Now VeChain is making me miserable because it can't get through 8 cents. I'm not miserable. I'm okay with VeChain rallying, but it feels to me like people want to buy the dip, right? In other words, you get the 9 and the 13 top, right? And then here comes the retracement, okay? So you either get your VeChain, I don't know, at 0.068, okay? Or you get your VeChain, all right, if it say closes up today. So people puked it out. Everyone's been selling VeChain, right? I don't have the exact level. It's not giving it to me. The computer's not cooperating, right? But the point is this. If VeChain tops out, if there's a warning signal and all you get is a mild decline, even if it was lower tomorrow, right? You get these 1 or 2 day dips, right? The question is, where is support? And I would say it's closer than you think in things like VeChain. Okay, now if it's a huge market dump, I'll look like an idiot for saying that, but I won't look like an idiot if I tell you to find support. Just find support. You find a support, you buy against it, you use a stop, you lose money. Okay, that does happen in crypto. Okay, but you can lose money in Vegas, right? And people still think that's fun, right? It's like NFTs is the same thing. You can have fun. You can change your life. You can make money. You can have fun in Vegas, but you always lose money. Not the case in crypto. Not the case. Okay, speaking of gambling, okay, XRP. Okay, XRP shoots up on fundamental news, comes off, right? This is the 4-hour chart. And I guess the big question is, can it get back above 87 cents? Right? So if we look at the daily chart of XRP, right? Every time it goes up and gets anywhere near 90 cents, everybody's selling it. Everyone's selling it. Okay? Now, This is outside the box, but I just asked, where is support? So I drew the Fibonacci retracements on the down move, and look at what I found. Support at 86 cents. Or let's call it an inflection point, right? So, they try to buy it, it fails, at 86 cents. They try again, it fails. They're trying again. This time, they're trying to hold it. You know what? The XRP crowd has been suffering for a while. And they all know it can go to zero. So if 86 cents holds, okay, your downside risk is 86 cents. But if something good happens with XRP, your upside is much larger. Okay? Steven hates the XRP community. He thinks they're like the Bitcoin maximalists and they're toxic. Okay? That's a fair statement, right? It's difficult to be a maximalist in any one thing. I think it's better to be a trader or an investor, right? Traders buy support and sell resistance. Investors buy support and hang on, right? And they don't sell until there's a break of support with a trailing stop, right? Or you just hodl with a stop. That's what that means, okay? Now, if you're an XRP, you're a little bit of a gambler, or you're a fundamental investor. You just believe that whatever's going on with that shouldn't be going on with that legally. But it's beyond the purview of a technical analyst to go in there, okay? So big XRP debate going on in the chat. We're cool with that. Okay, we love it when people come to the stream. By the way, folks, if you're liking what you're hearing or you're liking what you're seeing, like button. You know what I'm saying? That's helpful. I can't help you if you don't hit the like button, all right? So, API 3, 9 top, right? And then it comes off, and then look what we got. Ooh, we got a green candle. So 9 top is normally the midpoint in a trend, assuming you're in one. If you're in a trend, you get the 9, comes off, and then it goes 1 through 13. So for those who haven't been on the stream, we're probably at a point in API 3 where you want to start looking for the bulls. Like, are the bulls going to come in API 3? Now, I guess if they wash out the market, you could be looking at 535. So maybe patience is a virtue. Okay? They definitely stopped everybody out here, right? This is where they got everybody. This is why I said no FOMO yesterday. So I don't know. Maybe they bring it down here. Maybe they don't. But the bottom line is, I think bulls are going to come for this stuff. I think they're coming. Right? I can't get Sol on here for some reason. So let me jump over here and check Sol. Okay, so here's Sol up here. Okay, so it looks like we've been looking at this a lot. Okay, I got all kinds of markings on this. Let's go to the 4-hour chart and see what we got. Okay, so when I look at Sol, right, I'm trying to ascertain how strong is this trend. Okay, so this is how I would play Sol. Right? Resistance that may be meaningful is at $1.36 or $1.37. So if Sol stops at $1.37, then, it had a nice run. But if it stops at $1.37 and then turns around and takes it out, then you're in business. Then you are in business. Okay? Wage against the machine. Bulls on parade. Right on. Right on. Pocket network. What do you know? Oh, I thought I had it. Okay. So Pocket Network. Wow. People mean business in this thing. Jesus. Okay, so when you have something like this that's going parabolic, all right, so this is a guess. The 13 top was here, right, around 95 cents. This is a 4-hour chart. So it looks like this thing wants to have, I don't know, 20 more hours of upside. So you probably, if this thing's just going to go crazy, right? Let me see if I can get a price target. Okay. So with this, if it holds support above $1.23, then it's got 20 more hours, right? So if you've been holding it, right, then you can hold it for 20 more hours. You can clearly see that somebody was looking to buy it on a dip, right? Because as soon as it came off at this level, it just continued to go. All right. Crypto Bay says, what's going on with QNT? Another payment system, at least in my mind. Okay, so QNT, everyone's selling it because it's at resistance. Support is at 141. So sometimes people get mad. They get a 13 and a 9 top. The market goes up, but their coin doesn't go with it. Now, does that mean you should give up on the coin? Well, if you ask me, no. If support holds at 141, somebody may come in and take this thing. Now, I don't know if it's a race between QNT, ACH, XRP. That's a fundamental question. But if you have a 13 top signal and this does not go below 141.10, this is how I'm approaching the market. Where's support? Does it break support? Yes or no? If it breaks support, well, we'll do the market update all over again. If it doesn't break support, then it's carry on. Okay? Nano seems to be on a wild, erratic ride. I think what's going on in Nano is picking up volatility, right? When volatility picks up in something, it can be a sign that, it's maybe getting ready to do something. Okay, so this is Nano, right? And it's sitting basically right on support at 247. Okay, so I know you've heard this before from me. You've heard this elsewhere on YouTube, right? Digital cash solutions are going to be the real deal. If 247 is support, then it's going to go. It's going to go, as in up, right? Now, if it doesn't hold, then we'll do the market update tomorrow. Okay, FTT. So this is the FTX token, right? Anytime around NFTLA, we see a guy with like a, I don't know, kind of almost like a big head of hair, like the guy from FTX. Everyone goes, is that the guy from FTX? So not only do they know about FTX, they even know what the guy looks like. When somebody said that to me yesterday, I was like, you know what? I think somebody might want to buy FTX. Okay, so FTX is at 52. That's resistance. And honestly, that could be serious resistance because it's been up there 3 times and it hasn't made it. Okay, but as you can see, when we go to the 4-hour chart, it's not really backing off. So you might have 12 more hours of consolidation before a 9 bottom is in. So are dip buyers buying the dip in FTT? Are they looking to get involved? We don't know yet. Okay, but there was a lot of support around the psychological number of 50, and I suspect you're going to have people buying in front of that. Okay? Okay, Matic, and then I got to wrap it up. Okay, so where is support in Matic? At $1.65. 2 attempts to FOMO higher fail. Okay, that was the plan, right? Now we find support at $1.65. If everyone's coming into DeFi, I don't see how Matic doesn't benefit. So here's the DeMark 9 top. You rush up, you come back down. So maybe there's a down day tomorrow or a pause, or maybe today was the down day. Okay, right? So if you see buyers coming in on any future dips in Matic, it could be on, right? It could be on. Now, Matic has been in a range, but if the trend starts again, it could go to 245. Okay, Cube, last one. Okay, not in this system. Okay, a lot of metaverse people across the street at NFT LA. Okay, I'm going to a different chart system for Cube. Okay, so this looks like Cube versus the dollar. Now, you're like, all right, well, how do you deal with a market that does this, right? There was a huge collapse, right? Aha, look at this. Okay, so frequently when you get these things where there's a huge collapse, right? And then it goes sideways, you're looking for areas where it's breaking above these diagonal lines. Now, sometimes you would break out and you would slump, but you would always be supported. I'm really interested in this. I'm interested in this, okay? Because it hasn't gone up yet, right? And people may have packed it in. And if people have packed it in, okay, it might go up. Okay, nobody gave me any NFTs. Okay, I know every rose has its thorn. I get it, right? I mean, some of this stuff is destroyed for a reason. But if you were a bag holder, right, then I think you would give it a chance. Now, I would research Cube on tokenmetrics.com because WIC 25 all. Let me just double check that. Okay, with stuff like Cube, the AI is useful. Okay? So as we end off the stream, they are no doubt, marketing is no doubt sending emails. Okay? WIC 25 all. Check that out. Okay? So we gotta get over to the convention center like right now. So this is Bill Noble. This was the market update. Okay, I appreciate everybody being here. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the rally. Okay, for as long as it lasts. We want you to stay with us. If you like the content, hit the like button. Whether you're here on the stream or you're watching the recorded video. I will be here tomorrow. We'll see you then.